Those Patriots, son of a gun. Oh my gosh. I didn't think that. I thought they were going to lose this game. So, starting off right away, if you have not been watching this game, holy crap, you missed the biggest choke job in human history. So, the Patriots were up in this game, guys, 23-7 going into the fourth quarter. They allowed the Broncos to score 16 points unanswered. Then, a minute and a half to go in the game, they absolutely choke and get the ball right back to the Broncos. And I'm like, all right, well, this is GG. Game's going to be over. Somehow, some way, the Patriots end up winning this game. They kick a field goal after the Broncos go 3-and-out. And oh, does this change everything? This changes everything for us. Now, whether or not you believe the Bengals deserve to be in the playoffs, I don't really care anymore. At this point, you can't defy what might happen, okay? And the Patriots beating the Broncos now puts the Broncos at a 7-8 record. Now, why does that matter? Well, first off, let me go over to the Bengals and look at where we're sitting, right? So now, this game right here, if the Broncos won that game, we sit at an 11% chance to make the playoffs right now at this moment in time. If the Broncos lose that game, which again, the Broncos in every way possible looked like they were going to lose that game. Win that game. Now the Patriots, 20%. Today was an amazing day for the Bengals. After our awful loss last night, we needed the Jags to lose to the Bucks. Check. We need the Texans to, the Browns to lose to the Texans. Check. Happened just like we needed to. Jets Commanders, we did want the Jets to lose. It wasn't really a big deal though at the end of the day. Bills, obviously they beat the Chargers, which sucks. But Falcons beat the Colts. Check. I mean, bro, this is like checkmate every single part of the way here. And now, this game tomorrow, I mean, if the Chiefs, which they should win, I swear on everything, Patrick Mahomes, we need you to win here. They win that game. We're sitting at 22 percentile. 22% chance to be a playoff team. 22%. Now, what happens if we win out? If we win out, I know it's 2 tough games. I know it's impossible. It's not going to happen. You're delusional. I don't care. 92% chance, okay? And by the way, just a little side note here. If we win out, we get the 18th overall pick if we don't make the playoffs. If we lose out, we get the 17th overall pick. If we win out and we go to the playoffs, we get the 19th overall pick. If Jake Browning wins out, has a great rest of the season, and we can tender him, we could tender him for a 3rd round draft pick and get him to another team and get a 3rd round draft pick. So even we might be 2 spots behind. Let's say we'll go to the 19th spot. We can get an extra 3rd round pick out of tendering Jake Browning. There will be a team then desperate if he wins the next 2 games and goes to the playoffs. There will be a desperate team out there who will try to sign him. And they'll give us the 3rd round pick to tender him. So don't tell me that we're messing ourselves over by going to the playoffs. We're not. At the end of the day, we can just tender Jake Browning and get it back that way. Side note here. Let's focus on this. 92% chance if we win out. Now, what do we need to happen for us to make the playoffs? We'll say the Dolphins beat the Bills. That can happen. The Chargers should have beat the Bills. Dolphins, you beat, your team today. You beat the big boys today. Seahawks beat the Steelers. Or Ravens beat the Steelers. Any of those can happen. The Panthers beat the Jags, who played a great game today against the Packers. Well, what about the Raiders beating the Colts? Any of these things can happen. And we're 100% in. And probably all these things will happen in all honesty. So what happens if we do not win out? We lose to the Chiefs. Or lose to the Browns. Either or. It does not matter. Orders do not matter here. I know they taught you in high school, orders of operation. These orders of operation do not matter. 20% chance, okay? Now let's talk about going down this list. Seahawks, we have to have them beat the Steelers. Okay. Ravens have to beat the Steelers. Raiders have to beat the Broncos. Titans beat the Jaguars, which at that point I don't think that's even hard to do. Dolphins beat the Bills, pumps us up a tad bit here. But now we need some things to happen. Now we need either... Actually, no, we're going to need both these things to happen here. Well, one or the other. So Jags beat the Panthers. That's not impossible to do. Now, if the Jags beat the Panthers, it opens up a Pandora's box, right? Now, one of these things have to happen. Patriots have to beat the Bills. Colts have to beat the Raiders. Texans have to beat the Titans. Or Colts have to beat the Texans. Any of these things can happen. If that one game happens, the Jags beat the Panthers, which, listen, that's not difficult to imagine. Any of these things can happen. This is why I didn't think it was going to happen, but the Patriots beat the Broncos. All of these possibilities are now open. Like, we opened Pandora's box, and no one's going to close it. Because now, this game puts us in. 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 We control as much of our own destiny as we can with everything that has gone downhill for us. Will we go to the playoffs and go one and done? Potentially. Could we go to the playoffs and win against the Ravens or Dolphins and get to the divisional and win again? Potentially. You just got to get into the dance. You just got to get in. And I know you might say, well, with our defense, blah, 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 it's not shit. Guys, we have had so many games this year where it looked like we had a 0% chance to get there and do anything when we got to these games. And we got it done. We get Cam Taylor-Britt back next week, okay? We get him back. Jamar Chase is going to be 100% for the playoffs. Imagine we get in the playoffs with Cam Taylor-Britt back 100%, and we have 100% back Jamar Chase. We have T. Higgins. We have our offense, for the most part, completely back in the, out there. Our defense is going to get better with Cam Taylor-Britt. Okay, I know we lost DJ Reader, but our defense is going to get better with Cam Taylor-Britt out there. DJ Turner, obviously now Cheeto. It's going to get better. And it might not be perfect. It might not be. And I might be completely wrong in the end of the day. But a Christmas miracle is happening. And what we need is a Christmas miracle to take us to this. So we play the Chiefs next week. At the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, I really just want to beat the Chiefs no matter what. I want to beat the Chiefs and I want to beat the Browns because I don't want to lose. I don't want to leave this, year saying that we went 0-6 in the division. And I also would love the idea that Jake Browning beat the Chiefs, because if Jake Browning never becomes a starting quarterback in the NFL again, he can forever say he beat the Chiefs, and that will forever be our calling card. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.